at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, yeah, it's a tough one today. It was a pretty, and I don't even know how to describe it, whether it's disappointing, humbling, upsetting, loss at Kentucky. It's just a lot of emotions, and really tried to think things through as what's your role as a coach in terms of supporting our players, preparing our players, and it's what you're preparing them for. It was interesting. We were at Kentucky. A couple of my friends came to the game. I grew up close to Kentucky, and the one guy was talking about being a servant leader, a servant coach, and serving your players. And how do you best serve your players? And it's typically and traditionally been you support them academically, socially, and you help prepare them to win games. Last week was a pretty interesting week leading up to the game against Kentucky, in that on October 15th, the guys could register for this NCAA transfer portal, which is new this year, and it allows players to enter their name in a database that says that they want to transfer or explore transfer opportunities. And I think 20 of our 24 players submitted their names. So last week was spent fielding calls on players and players looking to transfer. And I guess it didn't really occur to me until today, when my assistant coach said, yeah, last week Kentucky was preparing all week for our game, and our guys were preparing to go someplace else. So I don't know, you know. I mean, as a head coach, I just feel awful. I don't know how to emotionally feel in terms of supporting our guys. Is it spending all my energy on helping them find another school, or is it helping them win a game? It was tough, you know. We took our look. That's the worst defeat. Yeah, it's the worst defeat, at least in the 17 or 18 seasons I've been here. That's the worst defeat ever. So, man, I don't know what to say. It was humbling, you know. And it was a game, in my mind, maybe I'm naive to think that it was a game that we went in thinking we had a chance to win that game, a good chance to win the game. I believe in our guys. I believe in our preparation. I believe in where we were tactically. We were without a couple guys, you know, due to injury, and they scored on us off, series of 3 or 4 mistakes, and then I think the guys were just in such, I don't know if it's shock. I don't know how to say it, and it just mistake after mistake, and it kind of just a snowball effect. Is just yeah, it's unreal. It was a surreal experience, to be quite honest, to say. And then there's moments of the game when we were playing great and we're creating chances. Just the mental lapses. I don't know how to explain it, and I guess I'll take full responsibility of that as a coach, and that my job is to prepare to give these guys the best chance to be successful. So I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. It was just I think surreal experience. But you know, that being said, Kentucky's a very good team, a very direct team. I thought they had 3 excellent players who exploited our team's deficiencies on the day. I mean, all the goals were were from similar situations and similar areas of the field. So it was challenging, but you know, now we have 2 regular season games left. We have our final home game this Saturday. I think the biggest thing for me and this game is to celebrate our 3 seniors. two of which, well, one's been here, he's a fifth-year senior, Simon's a fourth-year senior, and Antoine, it's his second year here, but those guys have been fantastic representatives of the program, and it's to celebrate them. And for me as a coach, it's the final home game of the regular season. That's how I enter this game. I can't have a mentality of anything beyond that, and that's kind of been my approach this year. I have to, have to take it for what it is. I can't look beyond individually or as a program, regardless of what other people may say. I believe in what we're doing. I believe in our guys, and that'll never change.
Questions for Coach?
Coach, if we put the media together, ProView Networks, and some of us, all the people we know here, and we go to the legislature and we have a model, persistence breaks resistance, with the legislature, we can get this program back. I believe if the media gets behind you, are you willing to get up front in the legislature in January? Because we're going to have to take it to those guys that save this program, as you probably know. I think you're going to fight, right? Even though you're going to lose some players, will they come back if we get it approved in January and February?
Fighting's a funny term, I mean, it's unfortunate that this has been the discussion since May. It's not an excitement for a team. It's not an excitement for our players. It's not the promise of this year and developing guys for future years. It's amazing, and it's just like I don't know what to use as an analogy. It was like we were fired a year in advance for doing a good job. I don't know what else to say, but it's we all have jobs to do, and it's you carry a heavy weight when you wear New Mexico, and I've been blessed to represent our state and our university for a long time, and wherever I am in this country or around the world, I proudly wear my UNM stuff in a Lobo hat or a Lobo shirt, and hope people ask questions. And I said, yeah, man, this is the greatest state in the U.S., and it's been an honor. And it's not about fighting. It's for, sticking up for what you believe in and your alumni and your guys and the community. But I just don't, it can't be about that 24/7. It's just, standing up here, unfortunately, that's what it comes to, that you're asking those questions. I mean, I wish the questions were, hey, Coach, what went wrong? What are you going to change for the next game? How about your young guys? Do they continue to develop? I mean, those are the questions as a coach you want to answer, and it's just painful, and just to stand here in front of you and have the focus be on other things is really tough, but as a coach it's tough, because like I said, your guys, our guys, all their focus is on what's next and the unknown, and it's hard as 18 to 22-year-olds. We're all led to believe that when you're back against the wall, you're going to fight, and it's going to be the best season ever, and they're going to come together. But in reality, 18 and 22-year-olds, there's not much certainty in their life, They don't know what they're going to do. They don't know relationships. They don't know how they're going to pay for things. They don't know what's going on. But the one thing that they know is that they have a school that's going to support them, and they're going to be able to get a degree, and they're going to be able to play and live out their dreams. And our guys don't have that. So it's just a lot to bite off. But it was hard to come up here today because I was excited for that test against Kentucky. That's a team that we've always battled with, and I thought we had a good plan going in. I thought we could match up. We had a couple unexpected personnel changes, but man, that's humbling to get whipped. But at the same time, we've whipped plenty of teams. So as a coach, it's not the worst thing to experience that. I'll tell you that. You know, it's always good to be humbled a little bit.
We have about 5 minutes. Questions from Stephen Henry.
I just have 2 questions. How much time do you estimate that you spent fielding calls, and are there any special plans for senior night?
Fielding calls from coaches?
How much time do you estimate that you spent?
I could have spent a lot more. A lot of them you just don't even call back. And what's kind of stinky is it's guys stinky. I don't know why I use that word. It's guys will call you, hey, how you doing? Thinking about you. No, by the way, what about that guy? Does he want to transfer? So it's a lot of it's not. Is it disingenuous? I don't know what the word is, but it's tough. It's just not natural to shop your players around. You know, it's tough. But yeah, a lot of time, a lot of texts and emails and phone calls and a lot of it. And then I imagine the same thing with the guys because they're calling and fielding calls. And that's happened since May because while it might not be coaches contacting them, it's third parties, it's club coaches, it's kind of player agents. You know, it's people shopping around. It's tough, but it's the mental time versus the physical time. It's 24/7. You know, you wake up in the middle of the night thinking about things. There's no rest. And it affects things. And this was, it's starting to affect things at home. And that was probably my biggest bummer this week was just to see. My wife's a tough lady, man, but she's, yeah. Felt pretty bad this week.
Does that mean, though,
Coach.
that November, that's when they'd be leaving, some of the kids would be leaving in November, the first part of December when school gets out? That's when most of the transfers leave, or do you have any idea? Something like that?
Well, they'll finish the semester here.
That's what I mean, and then,
They're pursuing that.
okay, yeah.
They're pursuing that. So,
You might not have 4 or 5 kids, maybe?
no, I don't think that many guys will have the opportunity.
Oh, okay.
I think there's going to be a lot of guys that are kind of caught in the middle of things.
Oh.
It's tough. You know, the top players, people are going to go after them hard. The other guys, yeah, it's harder. And there's just a lot of factors. It's see how it goes. And you know, through all this, it's quite an interesting one because my daughter is a senior in high school and she's going through the recruiting process right now, and she's gone on official visits, and you know, the environment's great and it's healthy, and you talk to these coaches and it's just, man, you're happy for your kid, but you're also envious of these places that and the environments that she's going, you know, hopefully goes into. So it's a lot of things going on.
Coach,
Yes, sir.
in athletics, it's called maybe the it factor. The Lobos have it. Man, they have it going. Coach really has it going. Did the Board of Regents action take the it away from your team? That intangible, extra effort or extra whatever.
I don't think you can blame anyone. I mean, our regents are doing what they think's right. Everybody here, nobody's malicious in their intents. You know, it's just I think as you say, what is the repercussions of all these things? Yeah, ripped our hearts out a little bit. I mean, what more can you say? But I don't blame anybody. People are doing what they think's right. But the consequences are, you know, we're not mercenaries. It's not professional athletics. As much as we want to believe, and we often operate like we're professional organizations, we're not. We're not mercenaries. We play with, we wear New Mexico across our chests. Everywhere we go, we represent an entire state and a university, and it's the thing I'm probably most proud of over the last 17 years, that I've been able to be an ambassador, and we've had some incredible young men be ambassadors, and as long as there's Lobo soccer, and as long as I'm involved, we're gonna continue to hopefully represent our state and our institution with class and dignity and pride, and I sure hope we compete.
On that note,
Couple
Heather,
on
we
to
gotta
the-
stop. We gotta stop
Oh,
because
okay.
Heather still has to go. Coach Dyke is coming. So that's all for Coach Fishburne tonight.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Sorry.